Well, I did it right. I went and I made a quick thumbnail. I uploaded it and I said, I'm going live. Okay, so why am I going live? I have no idea. I was sitting here getting ready to have some lunch, which I've already had, with some toast with salsa. We're out of, what's a little green vegetable fruit thing. So I'm going to play a little bit of music just to change it up. I've got some, we'll do some daydreaming here. Let's see if anybody shows up. I was bored. Well, this is what happens, Kaylee. This is what happens when I'm unaccompanied. Richard is gone. He's helping my BFF, who has nobody to help her. She had surgery recently. Sweet lady, you would love her. I told her how sweet you are, and I wish you lived near us, and we would be all good friends. So, yes, you slice it. You have to peel off the outer layer. It is a, oh, goodness gracious, Kaylee, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. And I see there's 5 people, although I don't know who you are. I see only Kaylee. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. We're just going to talk a little bit. One day at a time farmstead, that's a new friend. Kaylee, I just ran across this person earlier today. And, excuse me. This is my normal. This is my, what I call my, my daily, costume, my daily, what I wear every day. I'm sorry, but it's Quartzite's fault. Quartzite's fart. It's Quartzite's fault. I got so used to being in shorts and a tank top in Quartzite, Arizona. So anyways, hello, welcome, glad you're here. I got a little bored. I was working on a video I'm doing about passion, finding your passion. Okay, and uniform. See, Kaylee knows. She knows me. She figures out the words I'm trying to say, and then I lose them. Lynn Nunez Whitlock. Well, it's been a while. Thank you for showing up. I'm so glad you're here. I'm very comfortable. And yes, ma'am, that's all that matters, or sir. Carol Walters, welcome. Glad you're here. This is just a very spur of the moment. Spur of the moment. Catherine Cook, I hope that you're safe where you're at. I hope that you're not having storms today, I guess, there in Arizona, because that worries me. I can't help it. That worries me. So I got myself a cup of coffee. With some half and half, and I whipped this baby up. I put in my I have a little coffee whipper, and I hope you've got something. I've drank some water. I've drank my water today. Some of my water. I've got more to drink. So, Jill, hello. Glad you're here. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. I'm having a pretty darn good day. Hubby is away helping BFF after having surgery. She's having some struggles. And so here we are. As a matter of fact, monsoons has started here. Sunny now, but rain by 2 or 3. I hope you don't get flooded. And I hope you're above an area. I mean, I hope you have a place where the rain will run off and you will not be so inundated. So, yeah, thinking about passion. So I'm going to be doing a video on passion. You know, what's your passion? How do you find your passion? You know, I know what I feel passionate about. Human beings. I'm very passionate about people. I love people. The Bud Files, welcome. Glad you're here. So glad you're here. So after I ate my bowl of oatmeal, and I had a piece of salsa toast, because, you know, really, if you can't put salsa on it, should you really be eating it? I'm just saying. I love salsa. So we'll switch over here. Feeding the ducks. And so I was thinking about passion. So what really creates that for me, you know, and I'd love to hear Jean, it's Jean, female, from Okay One Day at a Time Farmstead. My husband is Mark. Nice to join you. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. Looking forward to getting to know you too, Jean. I love people. And that's the deal. That's why I'm here. I'm somebody who, you know, if I just have a inkling to do something, I generally, guess what? I do it. So my focus was supposed to be, I say that about butter. Oh, butter. Yeah, if you can't no, I've used all kinds of things in the effort to lose weight. Okay, this reality for me, I'm in that process. So, but if it doesn't melt at a high heat, it is not going in my body. If I cannot melt margarine, I'm not eating it. It's just not happening. And I don't know why it's even legal. Okay, well, I need to say, Catherine, we won't flood now, only if it rains all day. I think we're high enough. We might get some poodle here. I think you mean puddle, but poodle's good too. So, yeah, loving people is probably an addiction for me. I'm a people person. I enjoy people. I'm at ease with all kinds of people. As a recovering alcoholic, I've been sober 28 years. I'm only saying that because I've had the opportunity to meet and fellowship really extensively and pretty deeply with people that I might not have otherwise have known. And so I learned that I ain't nothing special. I'm just one more person on this earth trying to do the best that I can. And today, oh, there she is. There's my little sister. Now, I did say my BFF. Okay, my hubby's over helping my BFF. She really is BFF number 2 because my little sister is actually my best friend. And so I don't want her to think I was saying that Lisa was my number 1 BFF. Things can happen bad in my family real fast if there's misunderstandings. Well, thank you so much, Jean. You know, it ain't me, it's God. For me, it's God. The God of my understanding. He is the one who keeps me sober. Now, I'm willing to do what he says. You know, I'm the one who has to walk through the mud and the yuck and the fun and the exciting and the scary and the traumatizing. But it is only with the power of the God that I've developed a relationship with that I'm able to do that. Of my own volition, of my own making. What I make is stuff nobody wants. So I keep my eyes on that prize, which is following. And oh, we have Shirley here. I just pulled into a new spot. I have a beautiful lake view. She is so lucky. Shirley is doing the deal. Now, you want to talk, okay. It actually brings tears to my eyes because she's out there traveling. She travels as a lone adult female woman. You know, she does have friends that she's with a lot, but it's her and her vehicle and her airstream. And I respect that. I respect that she's able to do that very much. So thank you for stopping in, Shirley. She has a channel, but so if somebody could please, if you have a channel, if you're a content creator, could you please put a CC in here, and hopefully Kaylee will be able to drop the link for you, because I really would like people to be able to say hi to each other, get to know each other, and check out a new channel. So that would be wonderful. Check everything out. You know, thank you, Priscilla, but as soon as Peggy can get here, it's getting cut. When I have to use a straight iron on my hair, it is not the hair I want anymore. Okay, so we've got one day at a time Farmstead, who is a content creator. We know Following the Yellow Brick Road is a content creator. So, camping with another woman that lost her husband 2 months ago. Oh, I'm trying to encourage her and show her the ropes. There ain't nobody better who'll be able to do it. You've been down that road. I understand you've been down that road, and I know you can have empathy like myself. I mean, I have empathy, but I haven't lost my husband. And so I'm so grateful she has someone like you there who's been through that process, and you can be supportive of it. And by the way, more and more women are, and I'm getting chills. This gives me chills. More and more women are getting the courage to do this. Go and explore our country. You know, Elaine from Travel Grandma, she's married, been married about 58 years, I believe she said. And she's married. She has her husband. I'm going to have her on here, and we're going to talk about that, and also about the program that she has. So, anyways, thanks. But she's going to go full time. Still has her husband. Will go home once in a while, but she's out exploring. She said on here she feels more alive. Never felt more alive. So, and it blows me away. I don't think I have that much courage yet. Someday. I don't need to, because my husband will go no matter what. He'd go today if we could. Okay, well, we are on the road. Kelly's driving, but I look at my phone. I get sick. I have a good day. All right, you too, Priscilla. I hope you're doing something fun with the grandkids. She has 2 wonderful grandsons, so she does get to spend a lot of time with them during the summer. Although they're tweeners now. You know, they're in that age where they're tweeners. Cool. Glad you made a connection. Shirley's fantastic lady to follow. And I truly mean that. So, yep, thinking about passion. So what my passion, I have a couple passions. So passion is people. And I have a passion for changing my physical life. I have a passion for changing my physical life. You know, I think most of everybody on here, except maybe a couple of you, know I have disabilities, very real disabilities that affect my mobility. But I have a passion to go and do and see. And so trying to find a way to fit that into my life in a way that makes sense, and that I don't end up having to have the paramedics come and fly me out via helicopter. You know what I'm saying? That I don't get myself into a bad spot, because I have done that in my life. Before I was quite as disabled as I am now. Let's try this song. Oh, no, we don't need that today. There we go. That's good. That's a good beat. So before we lost track. So people. I have not been on a free helicopter ride. I've been on, been in an ambulance more than anybody should be, but I have been. So one time, Richard and I, this is long ago. Okay, so I'd say, I gauge it by how old my son is. He's 33 and he was about 5, because my dad was watching it. So it's been late, like 20 some years ago. We were hunting. We were in a canyon. We were at a place where you really couldn't get lost. My dad hunted there as a child, like 9 years old, 10 years old. He grew up in a place called Marcola, Oregon, just about 30 miles from where I am, up in the Coburg Hills. And so Richard and I went hunting at a place there. And all right, Lynn, see you later. Have a great rest of your day. Nice to have you stop in. So we went down the canyon. Or we walked in. This is the weird part, is we walked in. And we were walking, And then all of a sudden, we would cross the little creek. We had to step over, and then there was two creeks, two little, I mean, just runoffs. They're not like big creeks. And time goes by, and we're walking around, and we are lost. We do not know where we're at. He doesn't know how he allowed me to get him lost. Yes, blaming it on me. It may be my fault. I don't know. So we are at a point where it's closing in on nighttime. And so the only places around us are steep uphill climbs, not even really walkable. So here we were on our hands and knees, climbing up the dang embankment. And I'm like, Richard goes, I have got to find a better way. I'm going to go find the way out. So you just sit right here. And I had the gun, so I felt safe. I had the gun. And I kept yelling at him. I kept yelling, Richard, are you there? Can you hear me? And before you know it, he goes, well, I guess there is no deer left in this canyon. I didn't care about the deer at that point in time. I just wanted to get out of there. And so, unfortunately, keeping up with Colorado, welcome to you. Glad you're here. Thank you for stopping in. Just to pop up, not going to be here long. And so we had to crawl out. We crawled out like this. He was not happy with me. But you know what? He should have been paying closer attention because he knows sometimes I get turned around. So we get up to the top of the road, and yes, somebody comes driving by and lets us hop on the back of their truck, and away we go. Back over. We had to kind of go all the way around this road to our vehicle. So it's not like we were lost in a place where nobody would have ever found us, But I was scared to death. I am not a fan of being lost in the woods. If you don't mind sharing this out to your own social media and making sure you hit the thumbs up, I'd be so appreciative of that. That is just the thing about the algorithms of YouTube. So back to passion. So a couple notes that I have on finding your passion. I'm going to turn this down just a little more. How is the sound on this? Is it too loud? We're going to go down just a little more all right. Patty Woods. I think that's another very good friend whom I love. I hope it's you, Patty. And I'm not saying that to someone I don't know. She knows me. If this is Patty, she knows me all too well. She might even know how I could possibly get lost. Just saying hi. Okay. So please, I'm going to put this little bit of information up. I'm going to let it roll. If you don't know somebody here, please take a moment, write down their name, and, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Write down their name. Oh, yes, it's her. Yes, it's her. I love you. And write down their name, and after the stream, go check them out. That's exactly every friend I have. That's exactly how I did it. One friend, one handshake at a time, one hello. I ran across you at such and such. That's how I did it. I have a small channel, but I'm working hard to change that. Not that I don't. So anyways, I don't care about that. I'm just talking about passion. So as Patty can attest to, I'm very passionate about people. I love people. I love all kinds of people. I have no really boundaries or barriers unless they're abusive people. I love people. All colors, creeds, religions, lack of religion. I'm just someone who loves people. So, and I'm at a point in life where I'm looking at my passion. I've done a lot of things. I've worked in many areas. I've worked in sales. I have worked in sales. I was a substance abuse counselor. Here's the deal about that for me. I'm way too connected to that, being a recovering person. I did not easily disconnect from the people when I needed to. And so I brought it all, every caseload home with me. And that for me was not a healthy thing to do. Of course, it's not healthy for anybody. I had a hard time separating the job from being a recovering person. Okay, and that does not make for a successful work world. So that's that. So the passion of people, and then thinking about some of the things that I was listening to some other people's videos and seeing how they kind of put things into context for themselves. One thing is that somebody said, and makes perfect sense, is that passion chooses you. If I make a list, and it's recommended, and I absolutely agree with this. If you're interested and you're feeling like you just kind of lost passion for life, or you're trying to find your passion, list the things you love to do, including maybe some of the things you loved to do as a child. I loved to, as a child, well, everything I did was very physical as a child, and into my young adult life was very physical. I was an athlete. I was a musician, and I love to cook. Those are kind of like three passionate things I did. And I've always had animals. I loved animals. And so, I've made my list and I've checked it twice. And I think at this point in my life, making connections with other people in a way that I learn from them, and maybe there's something they learn from me, that's a passionate thing. And I think I carry that from my recovery life, because it's such a deep embedded part of me, is that I'm always wanting to be of service to another person. That will always be a primary passion. Is how can I be of service to you? Is there something I can do for you? Is there something I know or something I can help or whatever? So that's a key component of my personality and of my passion personality. So making a list of these things, I love to hike. And so while I no longer can hike like I used to, I saw an article in the paper this weekend. And the article was about places to hike around Eugene or in Oregon. And I contacted the man and I told him, I said, I am disabled. I right now have to use a walker when I leave the house, unless I want to end up potentially face down and have to have 911 called to get me up, which I'm practicing getting up on my own. I'm practicing getting up on my own. If I don't want people to have to rescue me, I better figure out how to get my butt up off the ground on my own. So I'm practicing that, and I will eventually do a video about it when I don't look like such an idiot. So, all righty. Glad you're here. I have to go, guys. Thanks for letting me hang out. Lucretia, have a blessed day. You too, and I will see you, I'm sure, on your channel soon. So finding out how I can use that part of me, because that's like a key fire burning part of me, is how can I help and be of other people. And so then as my disability has increased and I can feel things getting worse, I can feel my legs less at times, and I can't really put it into words other than the nerves in my legs don't work well. And when I walk around, I can walk very little until I don't feel my legs. Now I can still walk, but if I were out and about on my own without any support, I would be in trouble. I have also, so I got a hold of this man and I told him the situation. He's apparently knows every hike in the state of Oregon. Your attitude and willingness to make the very best every day. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Shirley. And that is true. And sometimes my very best is I have to stay in bed and I have to cry and whine by myself because I hate it. the pain sometimes is bad enough. I'm in bed a couple days out of the week. It's just how it is, and I accept it. But it's not like that all the time. And I was just speaking to somebody about that very, very thing, who's going, and she's much younger than me, in her early 30s. She's someone I know very, very well, person in my own family, extended family, and talking about hunting and stuff with Jay. And Jay, well, welcome. New friends also, thank you for stopping in. This is just a pop-up, just talking about passion and other things. And so I was talking with this young woman who's had a great amount of trouble, physical, very serious stuff, for the last 10 years of her life, since mid-20s to middle 30s. And she's so smart and capable and competent and a beautiful, beautiful girl. And she's been stuck in bed in one form or another for a lot of the last 10 years. And she keeps trying at it. She keeps working at it. But the pain that she has to deal with her head. And it's not headaches. It's a malformation in her head. And she had surgery on it once. Well, it's back, and it's back with a vengeance. And so we were talking, and sometimes how she feels like she doesn't want to continue on, but that she is not, I'm going to use this word, it's an honest, real word. She's not suicidal. We talked about that, the signs, the symptoms, not suicidal, but the pain makes her not want to continue. And I said, you know what? I get that. Because on the days when I'm in bed, there's been a couple times that has gone through my own head. It's like, how much does God expect me to handle pain-wise, because I do not drug myself up with pain medicine. I don't want to. And so, I didn't get sober from alcohol to become an opiate addict. I just did not. Now, that's not to say I don't take it sometimes, but I'm not going to live drugged. It's just, no, thank you. So anyways, we talked about things that she can do. So in allowing her to have her say, I'm allowing her to be heard. She needed to be heard, and she needed to cry, and she needed to feel. And, for some people, hello, Vicki. Thank you for stopping in. I am so happy you're here. Vicki is another content creator. So if you want to drop her link for me, Kaylee, I would greatly appreciate that. Here's a gentle, what I would call a gentle channel, way unlike me. She has flute, Indian Native American flute. It's one of the things that she does. And so I really recommend Vicki's channel. So we talked about that. And we talked about passions that she has, things she has passion for. She's hiked Machu Picchu. I just got a pop-up on my not YouTube, but Facebook pop-up 11 years ago. Yesterday, she was at the top of Machu Picchu. She hiked it. She went down there with a friend and went through the whole process, and she hiked Machu Picchu. So that person's still in her. The person inside of me is still there that plays, that played catcher for 8 years in softball. That almost every time I ever hit a ball, I hit a home run. And being honest, that I have more blue ribbons in javelin throwing than I ever imagined. So that person is still there. The competitive person, but I can't necessarily do those things anymore. I can alter how I do them. My little sister Priscilla and I were talking about this. On the 4th of July, we always had a family baseball game. It was my father's birthday. And, okay, thank you so much. Do whatever you got to do. Desert Adventures in Arizona. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And again, he has a channel. He's a content creator. So if you don't know Desert Adventures in Arizona, please go over and see him and say hi. Let him know I sent you. So back to the story I was trying to think of here. So we talked about passion and how you keep. So, the baseball game, the softball game. I said, okay, so here's my new softball game. Since I can't run, we have enough little children in this family who are athletes. They are sports people. So here I am. We will play t-ball. All right. We will play t-ball. I'm sorry. It has to change. I don't know what to say. I can't run. I can barely walk. So I'm going to have a pinch runner. I will have a pinch runner. I will hit the ball pretty well for that pinch runner. I guarantee they will make first. And by the way, I'm going to choose the pinch runner, and I already know who I'm getting. I'm getting Elias. That boy can run like crazy. So then my little sister, she can run, but she needs a pinch hitter. So we will get a pinch hitter for her. You see what I'm saying? We will alter the game. And by the way, we are going to discriminate. We will not allow people to play who are fully capable unless they want to play with a handicap. Although most of us have a handicap of one sort or another, if you know what I'm saying. So we can still do it, but we will alter it, and it will be fun. Our lives don't have to end because we have disabilities. No, not going to happen. So passion, back to passion. Like I said, and I believe what this person says, passion chooses you. People are my passion. Making connections with others, my passion. I love people. I enjoy people. I appreciate learning information from others. I know very little of what the world has to give, so I need information from you. Loving it, another piece of that. Loving it. You love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it's probably not a passion. And that's okay. Like he was talking about, this person was talking about, we live in a world where we have to work, or, I'm on disability. I can't work. So a lot of people go to a job, they disdain, they hate it, they dread it. And that's really sad. I've been lucky. I've loved almost every job I've ever done. And so, and not all passions are going to be our job, the thing that we make money at. A passion can be something that is separate, and that's okay. It may become something you can make money at. So, and to be open, because we don't know what might pop up in the world around us that says, Lucretia, maybe you want to learn how to use your camera that you bought that's a Canon. Maybe you want to take it off the tripod and try taking some pictures with it. Just saying. Having courage. So, okay. I love the outdoors. Love the outdoors. Hiked all the time. Was in the outdoors all the time. But here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of bears. Okay. I can't run any longer. My walker is not going to get me very far if I come across the bear. So I have a little bit of, I found out, Richard found this out too. He's not as bad as me because Richard is in way better shape than I am. But our car that we were driving, we heard a weird sound. We went over a bump, and it is kind of a lower rider car. It's my son's, and it is it's Land Cloud Adventures. Well, welcome to you. So happy you're here. We're talking about passion and how we find that. This actually wasn't meant to be, but I'm here anyways. I'm going to do a video on it. And I don't know. I got bored and I was having lunch. So we went over this little bump, and then we felt something start dragging. What am I going to do? I mean, I cannot crawl under my car. I know that's what AAA is for. So Richard, I pulled over. Richard got out. Luckily, he can still get under the car, and he saw what happened. There's this. This is a sport model of not Cadillac, of a Lincoln. It's a sport model of Lincoln, and they're down. They always tilt down, kind of low. It's a lower car, and it was this little thing. There's this thing that covers up other things above it, and it came loose. And when I hit this bump, it popped it open and it started dragging. And so we had duct tape in the car. And so bear spray, yes, Catherine, yes, ma'am. I'll never go in the woods without bear spray now, especially since I can't run. And so he put duct tape on it. Thank God there was some duct tape in that jockey box. So, which was fine, and it's been fine ever since. He needs to put some screws up in there, but he hasn't got around to that. But I started thinking, we were going to go on a drive, and I got scared. I'm not used to being scared at all. I'm not made of fear. I'm made of fearless. And so for me to experience fear and have to acknowledge it was pretty, what do you call it? It was, it was new. Let's just say it was new. And let's try this one. And so we were going to go on a drive, just, locally within about 25 miles, but it was going to be more rural driving. And I wasn't sure we weren't sure we would have a phone, a contact. And so we chose not to go. Now, that is not right. That's new for us. We've neither one. I mean, Richard, when he was young, before he ever met me, he hitchhiked all over this country, slept in dumpsters, ate out of dumpsters, rode on the rail cars. Richard had a very, very interesting young life. Bear gel. Yes, I actually watched Bob Wells do a test between bear spray and bear gel, and I'm going with bear gel. It's very real. I thought, oh, Bob, you're wasting the spray and the gel. But yep, gel is the way to go. So I got fearful and we didn't go on that drive. And we came home instead. So, we've talked about that, and how we can abate that situation of fear is by being as certain as we can. We have all of our ducks in the row. We know if we're going to be driving this car at this point in time, we know that we need to make certain that thingy is in place correctly. It was behind it. The people from this restaurant who knew he was in the area just used to always leave him food, good food. He described it. They liked him. But I stood between a hammer waving, schizo and his a victim this morning. Kaylee, I don't know, but I'm thinking you ought to come on and have a chat with us. I'm going to just drop the link just in case you're willing. That's actually something pretty darn interesting. But if you're not interested in doing it, don't feel compelled to do it. So, anyways, passion, not being afraid, being open to new things. And that does require courage. I don't care who you are. There is some courage involved in that. Most of us have been doing, yes, Desiree, she is badass. I know she is. I guarantee. And so I dropped the link for you, Kaylee, if you want to. So being open, being courageous. And there's also a part that was talked about that we are responsible for crafting our own future. Even though I'm married, I've been married 38 years, and we plan everything together for the most part. My future is my future. Something could happen and he not be here today or tomorrow or the rest of my life. So crafting my future does take also the ability to partner with him and see what his future holds, you know, talking about those things and being willing to merge or to give and take. But basically, you know, we basically have the same intentions in life overall. Since it's an ongoing thing, I don't want to risk having evidence thrown out because I blabbed. I'll blab after the fact. Okay, dear. Well, I hope you're. I know. I'm sure you're safe. I'm sure the other person was safe now because you helped them. So thank you for being that person. And it did take a lot of bravery, man. Wow, that's very scary. Please be safe. That's all I'm saying. So crafting that future, whatever it looks like. And if I were to ask Richard, what? He does not think big picture. Richard's not a big picture person. He's like, right now, what do I got to get done? And today he had to get done going to my BFFs and helping her. And that's okay. You know, she has nobody else to help her. And so I'm glad that he is able to do that for her. And we love her. She's like my sister. I wish she's about 6 foot tall. So it's kind of funny. Her and I'm about 5'3" and she's 6 foot tall. And it's funny seeing the two of us together, you know, but we are best friends and I love her. So I'm working on my house. If anyone can help, also have merch would you like to come up and chat for a minute? Victoria, you're welcome to come up and talk about what's going on with your own channel. I just shared a little bit about what I'm working on. Not really going to take up a whole lot of people's time today and also because I just got to get it done. I just got to get it done. So I'm a passionate person about the things, like if I could be, there's two things that I love. I love garden stuff. I love vegetables, gardening vegetables, and I love to travel. And so that's really where my heart is at. You know, I learned a lot. I learned a lot in my quartzsite trip that I probably need to put into a video. Things that I didn't know were going to happen to me internally. And interestingly enough, I missed home. I talk to my little sister every day. My oldest sister, I've got 3 living sisters, 2 have passed. And I talk to my family all the time. And I don't even see them all the time. Some of them very irregularly. And so the fact that I missed being home was interesting because I truly thought I'm going to get in my van or RV and we're leaving and that's it. We'll come back sometimes. That's just not how it worked out. And I you know, for a variety of reasons that I didn't think about because I was so passionate about getting to quartzsite and meeting Roy and Becky and other people. And so, yes, it was definitely a big learning experience for me. Yeah, I wouldn't in a million years. So stand by. I watched my father. So her dad, Kaylee's, was Marine. My dad was Navy. And I watched one of my older sisters that is no longer with us. She ran away quite a bit when she was young. She was into drugs and whatnot. And my parents couldn't control her. And she went to what's called Skipworth here locally a few times. And they tried, but it wasn't going to happen. At just one moment, Victoria. And then one time she was home and she went out, the car pulled up and she went and got in the car with these people. And it was a group of what are called Free Souls. And it is a motorcycle gang, not just in our area, but elsewhere. And kind of like the Hells Angels. And there goes my dad and another man out with bats. And they were beating the windows to get to my sister. They didn't, and she got away. But yeah, it was interesting. So you ready to come on up, Vicki? Can you hear me? Ruh-roh. I do see a bear in her background. That's cool. I love bears. I do watch bear shows all the time. Oddly, I watch bear attack shows. When you're ready, just give me a wave, Vicky. So that's what I'm working on. So a video about finding my passion and then channeling it in a way that makes things happen. Because it's all nice and good to have passion, but passion without some kind of action means what? I'm not even sure what to call that. Okay.
Hello.
Let me turn off. I'm going to turn off my music now that I got somebody up here with me.
Well, what you're hearing,
We got some.
I'll turn it down a little bit, but what you're hearing in the background is the first CD I've had made of my music.
Oh.
I've got 3 now that were made for me of my my music, my flute music. And I'm trying to save up and build up for the copyright claims on those CDs and on my music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I'm working on. I do have a merch store now with some t-shirts, a sweatshirt, a coffee cup, and stuff like that. It's got my channel sticker logo thing on the front on one side and the Indian prayer on the other side. Both of everything. So I'm trying to sell those just to help me build up the cost to get the music copyright claimed so that I don't have issues down the road with that. But it's $80 a CD, and I've got 3 CDs I need to get copyright claimed at this point.
Well, you'll build up the money eventually, you know, as people start going and buying that.
I'm hoping. I'm the only one that's bought anything so far. I bought something to send to Miss D. My heart was telling me I wanted to send Miss D something, so I got something that had it sent to her. But yeah, so far that's the only thing that's been bought. So,
do you have a link to your store?
If you go to my channel on the main picture thing, down in the bottom right corner is the merch little thing. Nate Dogg from Nate Dogg Adams.
Yes.
He's like my host. You know, I go through days when I just am not up to getting up there. So Nate has offered to do that for me, and he has control of both my StreamYard and he has a little bit of control of my YouTube because he also said, let me turn this down a little bit more. He also is going to edit and try to make me like lead-ins and stuff like that for my channel. He's been an awesome friend and really been trying to help me as far as improving stuff. And because I don't have an editor and I'm not good at it and at editing at all, he's been a great help and a good friend. But yeah, so really I've got 12,087 friends now. But I'm working on my hours. I'm at 1,878 hours. So I still got a little while to go and not enough people running it. So I'm putting the plea out there if anybody is willing. You know, it's fine if you don't, but if you could, that would be awesome to help me get there a little quicker. Every little bit. I guess Nate also did a, I don't know what it's called, something to do with buy me a cup of coffee or something like that on there. So, you know, every little bit will help me. As I said, my music has become pretty much important to me now, and I'm trying to improve and learn different sounds, to make it not seem repetitive and things like that. So I'm not on there a lot because I'm doing a lot of background practicing and my music has become a big part of me. And the other day I was at our park here in the Columbia River Park, and I was sitting in the grass playing on my amplifier, and I tend to close my eyes,
Uh-huh.
because I get kind of shy, and so I close my eyes so I don't see people if they're looking at me, and I just play. And I opened my eyes, and there's 5 kids all the way around me, and the mom standing behind me putting their stuff away in the car, and the kids are like, "That's so awesome! We heard you all the way at the lake," and it really built me up, to continue and keep trying to improve that part of myself. So
You know
I
what?
love
I just tried. Just put your link in to your store. So I dropped the link to her store. If anybody wants to go check that out and help her out, that would be wonderful.
Hey, beautiful Naj.
Hi, Naj. Thank you for coming. Never late. Wasn't
No,
even attending. So that's your passion. So you have found your passion. Am I
yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay. Has it always been your passion?
Well, Native American, anything to do with Native American has been my passion since I started walking and talking.
Ah,
I keep hearing stuff that I'm not sure whether I believe it or not, but it's like I've got Native American friends that said, have been telling me, "Oh, it's your past life. You had a past life and you were an Indian in your past life." And they believe it strongly. I'm like, yeah, maybe, you know, because ever since I started walking and talking, that's been an obsession my entire life. I collect everything Native American that I can get my hands on. All of my friends and family give me Native American things. I've been given a Native American name when I think the first time I was called by a Native American name was when I was 10.
uh-huh.
And my Native American name given to me by a Sioux Indian lady was Little Turtle, because I had a tendency to withdraw, and she says, "You're like a little turtle. You withdraw into your shell, and you just kind of stay hidden in the bushes." And so that was the biggest thing. Plus, I'm real slow to committing to anything. I've got to know what my first step before, I have to have everything planned out before I take that first step, and then second step, and check and make sure the first step is okay before I move, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I was called Little Turtle back then, and then when I was 18 I met a Washington State Native American girl that became a really good friend named Wilma, and just out of the blue she started calling me Little Turtle. It was really a trip.
Huh.
And now I've got this other friend who is a Cherokee Indian lady, and she calls me by the Cherokee name Utsidaski, which is Little Turtle. And so I'm learning Cherokee language, and um, I don't know a lot yet, but I'm learning.
A channel that I follow, Appalachian Homestead with Patera. She is she is Cherokee heritage, and she has elders, and her elder is teaching her the Cherokee language.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm learning just off of YouTube. There's a channel that teaches it. It's
Oh,
the word of the day kind of a thing, and she'll say a word and tell you what that word is. And I'm trying to learn them, and I've started writing certain things down. I've got this book, and
mhm.
so I started writing Cherokee words in it to where I can understand what it is and how to pronounce it. And
Uh-huh.
then what it means. Like, you're welcome is get gule I le jeho. Gule I je leho. So that's you're welcome. And wado is thank you. And gugeyu I is I love you, you know. And osio is hello, you know. So I'm learning little bits, and my friend Sarah, who is Cherokee, she's like, "You're learning it so fast, you know," and so she's the one that keeps pushing. Hey, I think you were Native American in a past life because of everything, you know.
Well, it sounds like it's coming kind of, you're learning it quickly and it's maybe coming naturally to you. Who
Yeah,
knows? You know, who
yeah,
knows? Maybe
yeah.
that's true.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that kind of thing, but I hey, anything's possible, I guess. I don't know why. I've asked my mother, you know, are you sure my dad is my dad? Because why am I so fascinated with Indian and stuff, you know? And she's like, well, your dad is part Indian. I mean, your heritage on your dad's side is got. Uh, I couldn't remember if they said Cheyenne or Cherokee, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know, there's lots of reasons. It doesn't, so just because you are so fascinated with it doesn't mean that maybe that it's, you know, it's part of your bloodline, although that would be uncommon in the United States today, that we wouldn't, most of us wouldn't have some. I have Cherokee, and I have African American. If you can, I mean, can you see? I mean, I have African American heritage,
Yeah.
and it's there. We've done the genetics, and
Yep.
because a couple different of them to see, because so anyways, I have Native because I can trace that. I know who was in my family was Cherokee, and I don't. My mother surely did look at. I do not. I look more. I have more of the of our Irish and our Scottish. You know, you wouldn't be surprised that I have Irish and Scottish in me.
Yeah. I can trace mine back to the 1600s, and a lot of my family were English, Irish, and Scots.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, but I did have an ancestor who owned a trading post on a Native American, where what do they call it? The places where the Indians were put, kind of
Oh,
jailed.
oh my goodness!
I'm having a
A
brain fart. I cannot remember. Reservation.
There
Yes.
we go.
Uh,
God, I can't
she
believe.
had a trading post on a reservation. So you just never know. And my I've had my brother swear to everything holy that Bell Star was related to us somehow. We do have a Bell, but her last name was different. Then
Uh-huh.
it wasn't Star, but my brother said that lady married John Starr, who was a Native American, and I don't know. My aunt says she has proof that there's Native American in our family. I just haven't been sent that proof,
Uh-huh.
so I don't claim it
Uh-huh.
blood wise. I just say which is passed down through my family is what I've heard through my
Sure.
family.
Well,
So
that's how most of us, it is the, you know, it's those oral stories that we get. I, I have, you know, we have some, and Richard, he always teased my mom. It's like, Mom, you look like Sitting Bull. Older life. And if she was outside at all, my mother would get a very deep, deep, dark tan. It's just, she had that pigment in her. Richard has Sue, and he has the proof he's Sue. He gets 10 cents. He has 10 cents in an account with the uh, oh, I the Native American. something. He gets
Right,
he
right.
gets an accounting of it every year. You know, and so his heritage comes out of the Dakotas, North or South Dakota. So it's so that's been traced. But again, our son, does you know what Brent looks like? Does he look native to you enough that his father actually has a registration? I mean,
He actually looks Irish to me with his hair and everything. I
yes.
see a lot of Irish.
And my father looked very Irish, but that's not where the majority of the Irish comes from, you know. But anyways, it's just how it ends up happening, you know, how it ends up coming through the genetics and with our whatever we get with our eye color and what.
Right. And I know I look very white in the camera, but that's because of the lighting. If you see me in person, I'm more of a golden brown than what you're seeing on the camera. And I've never been one to burn. I mean, I can turn beet
Oh wow.
red, and by the next day, I'm a golden brown. So I don't peel, I don't burn like that.
Lucky you. I
Yeah,
I have had burned so bad that
I've
I
seen, I have seen you burn. Yeah,
yeah, even worse than that. I about 5 years ago, Richard and I were fishing. Hi, Sandra. Richard and I were fishing on the bank, and I kept splashing water on my face, you know, and you know, it just to keep cool. And we were
right.
there for a few hours, and I got probably I got a burn so bad that my arm down here filled with fluid. My arm
Oh,
I had, yes, I had to go on antibiotics. I was as red possibly could be, and they were not happy with me. I waited and waited and waited to go to urgent care. I just did not want them to see how stupid I'm an adult, and it ain't my first burn. Okay, I know what
yeah,
to do for myself, but it felt okay. You know, I felt all right. You know, I was splashing water, keeping cool, and I was as burned as I could. And so I go to urgent care a couple days later because this my left arm under here filled with fluid, and
oh,
you could see it. It was like a pocket. It was like a big giant pocket of fluid. And they just said, "Don't do this again. It's
yeah,
dangerous."
no doubt. Yeah, I fell asleep in the sun and I got burnt pretty bad. I mean, but I never peeled. Like I said, even though I was burnt so severely, I just by the next day I was brown. I don't peel and I don't sweat and I don't get real hairy, and so yeah, there's a lot of what I hear signs of Native American is some of these things. My girlfriend Sarah, she says if your teeth were ever square, like not round but kind of a square in the back,
Mhm.
that's a sign of Native Americans.
Oh,
And my original teeth was like that. I had very square back teeth. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Besides all that, even if I ain't, that's my passion. Is anything Native American. I've stopped reading the stories because a friend of mine got me concerned about it. She said there's copyrights in the books and that I could get copyright claim for that. Well, we know I had issues before on the old channel, so I don't want to take no chances. So um, Nate is going to clip out the stories and just hold on to the music so that I can send those to the person that's making the CDs for me.
mm-hmm.
And that's going to be my focus is my videos will be whatever happens, whatever I can get on video, I will get on video, but mostly it will be my flute playing. My lives are just to have fun and enjoy my friends and conversation. It's never about anything specific. It's just to get to know people and make friends.
Oh,
And
good.
that's why I started doing this anyway, because I am little turtle. I honestly tend to withdraw into my shell, and that's YouTube and the people in YouTube brought me out of my shell and have made me pop my head out and say, "Hey, I hope
Hi,
you
it's me.
like me," you know. And yeah, we all have problems and things happen. That's just the way life happens, but it's how you bounce back and you just keep on trudging, you know. I go slow, but I'm trudging. I'm that little turtle with those small
That's
little
right.
crawling steps and being very cautious of where I'm going. And so, yeah, I hopefully gonna get a new bike here. It'll probably be winter before I actually get it. I mean, because by the time I get it, it's supposed to get here August 1st. By the time my husband gets the time to put it together, it'll be August 30th, and and so I'm going to ride it for a little while. But
Yeah.
by next summer, maybe I'll have enough oomph in my step to start doing other stuff and other content. Like I have a metal detector. I even bought a pointer thing and all of
Yeah.
that so that I can make that part of my content. I just haven't done it. It's sat in my closet brand new. And
Well,
so that's because of my mobility issues, and the park is a long ways away for me to be
yeah.
walking, and then it's hot, and all those variables.
I
So
understand.
yeah, hopefully by next summer I'll be able to start doing that kind of content, or playing my flute for the public over there and catching that on. I did get unlimited data on my phone so that I would be able to do live streams while I'm metal detecting or playing my flute at the parks or rivers or anything like that, or just get more content when I am out and about.
Mhm.
uh, because I've been following a lot of metal detecting and lots of hikers and just all kinds of outdoorsy type people who just ride a bike or
Mhm.
walk. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of ideas in my head, for things to do.
Well, Kaylee's concerned that your bear is looking at you as lunch, considering it. It's postulating. Is Vicky the lunch that I want today?
Oh no, look at those eyes. That's my guard bear. He's keeping watch on my back. He's
That's right.
looking over that way. He's looking over that way. He's making sure nothing's going to sneak up on me. That's my
Yes,
buddy.
that's a good one to have too. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to end this here because
Well, thank you for
I'm glad
letting
you come up.
Wado in Cheyenne. Wado for letting me take up some of your time. And again, if anybody would be kind enough to run my playlist, I would so appreciate it, because that's the one thing holding me back. I know you got to wait a while once you do get those hours to get monetized. I heard.
Necessarily, not necessarily. I got mine. I applied and I was monetized that night. So
Oh, really?
yes,
Yeah.
it was very quick for me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good encouragement because
I was
somebody else was saying it took a month for them, and so I'm like, I
maybe
don't know.
it did. It took me less than 24 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
so how far are you away from monetization?
I am. Oh, let me pull up another screen and I'll let you know exactly my hours. I have more than enough friends, even though I could always use more. I love friends. Um, but my hours, let me see. I am at, let me scroll down here. I'm at 1,878 hours. And I guess they've lowered it to 3,000 hours you need. So
Uh huh.
I'm horrible at math. I'm not sure how much more I need, but I am at 1,878 hours right now.
I'm going to put your merch up here so people can see it.
Thank
We've
you.
um, got a tank top. We've got a unisex T-shirt, sweatshirt, mug. I've got a mug, but mine was from my sons. I got a mug from my sons. And the bag, always nice to have the bag, a nice bag.
There's other shirts too. There's a tank top. I don't know if you were able to, and a sweat jacket. But if you
Okay.
hit the little arrow right there by the long sleeve shirt, it'll show you the
Oh,
other.
I see. I see. I love the sweatshirt.
So yeah, that's it for right now. That's what we got in there. And
Well, that is
the money I will actually go to Nate Dogg because he is the one that did the store for me and is helping me to get the money together, to do the copyrights and all of that on my music.
uh-huh.
So he's the one that did the design. Because my sticker is square, so he circled it to make it look better for the shirt and everything. And then we altered the Native American prayer on the back of it so that no chance of me getting some kind of claim on it. It instead of saying, "Great Spirit, grant that I may not criticize my neighbor until I have walked a mile in his moccasins," the prayer says, "Great Indian prayer, Great Spirit, help me not condemn the people before I have walked a mile in their moccasins."
Yep. I
So I
see that.
changed the words a bit, just to cover my behind.
Sure. I see one person has popped in. Sarah's Happy Hives. Hi, Lucretia. Just stopped. Well, thank you so much for coming by. This is a new friend to me from earlier today. At someone else that I love their channel. So thank you for popping in. And Kaylee, would you mind finding her channel and dropping the link for me too? And I do hope that everybody will go check each other out. I always make it so that the chat is available after the stream. So if there's anybody you want to come back and find, please feel free to. And make sure you go over and check out Vicky's channel. And so Vicky needs, says, Naj says, you need 1,022 hours. So I'm going to run your playlist today. We'll see how that helps, if that helps you. As a matter of fact, let me just go over here to Quiet Listener, and I'm just going to pull it up. We'll share it with the group real quick. Let me get back on StreamYard, and then we'll share your channel with the group so everybody can see it. Quiet Listener. We have a playlist. We've got a playlist here. Master playlist. I will sort that right now. Okay. All right. So there we go. Let's see if we can help Vicky out as much as possible. Anyways, if you are so inclined, please go play her playlist for her. She has really she's worked very hard. And being this is her second channel at trying to get this going, lots of kudos to you, Vicky. All right. Well, you have a great rest of your day, sweetheart. And I
You
know
too.
I will see you soon.
All right, and I do my lives every Friday at 7, y'all. So I know it's late for some, but you're up here closer to me, so you got the same time zone. But
7 Pacific.
yeah, it's late for a lot of people, so I do understand. That's why I do it Friday nights, because it's usually everybody's got a weekend off.
Yes, well, that's true. I usually am in bed at 7. I will be honest. It's that because my pain is setting in, so I usually climb in bed about 7. So this Friday night, barring anything, if you send me a message, and I have you listed as to get a notification from every time you have something. So, but I don't, for whatever reason, I don't always see it or get it or whatever. Just send me a messenger message, and I'll just at the very least watch it once I climb into bed.
Yes, and I will let you know when we get to the point of mass producing my CDs.
Yes.
That's one thing Nate's talking about doing for me too, is labeling and mass producing my CD music. And when I do that and we figure out how much they're worth, I will let you guys know, and hopefully you'll be interested in buying some of my CDs.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you, Wado, Lucretia. Thank
You,
you so much, my friend.
you too, sweetheart. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was wonderful. She's someone who does have passion, and this started out, I was thinking about the video I'm going to be doing for passion, and supposed to be doing a live stream about finding your passion. I don't know that I'm going to need to do that now, but so I just decided to do this little pop-up, and here we are, spending some time together. So I appreciate it. And my passion is people. Straight across the board, passion is people, finding a way to connect with you, finding a way to be of service, and to learn from you as well. So connection and learning for me, that's that's the street. Connection and learning, and I love people. And so, anyways, I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today, and I will be back again later in the week with something. I don't know what it will be, and I love having my new friends now, and we checking out more of your stuff as well. So just everybody just hang in there, figure out what your passion is. Nobody else is going to do it for you. It's really, I found that it was a very unhappy place for me to live outside of that and not incorporate it in. So find your passion. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I love you guys. And I am here. You got my email. If you need anything, you have any comments, questions, criticisms, I'm here. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.